Why this story matters in a time when pessimism is easy. This story provides a grounded reason for optimism. Quick summary: this story highlights recent developments related to on this day, showing how constructive action can lead to meaningful results. 111 years ago today, Congress signed into law a bill creating Rocky Mountain National Park. Protecting over 1,000 square kilometers of the Front Range of the mountains, the park was designated among the first UNESCO Biosphere Reserves due to the amount of undisturbed and unspoiled lands. Indeed, the park bridges a space of two wilderness areas. The area is rich in fauna, including Canada lynx, fox, elk, moose, mountain goat, bobcat, bighorn sheep, cougar, black bear, mule deer, several species of minks, wolverine, and coyote. Read about the various regions of the park. 1910 in Rocky Mountain National Park, CC, Biosphere 2.0. Daniel Mayer. Rocky Mountain National Park is one of the highest national parks in the nation, with elevations from 7,860 to 14,210 feet and 1 feet 20,210 to 4,210. Among these soaring peaks lie the headwaters of the Colorado River, and the park contains approximately 450 miles, 724 km of rivers and streams. RMNP is divided into 5 separate regions of different characteristics. The first is flatter ground, including meadows and lakes. The second is the alpine zone, and the third is the wilderness area that runs into the north of the park.
Region 4 is known as the heart of the park and includes a lot of the most famous scenery and easy-to-visit natural features.
Region 5 is the backcountry, typified by waterfalls and a few of the 14,000-foot peaks. Would you like to read more good news about on this day and this day in history? More good news on this date. Australia Day is celebrated as a public holiday commemorating the first fleet landing. 1788 US Congress established the Library of Congress. 1882 famed actor, philanthropist, and husband of 50 years Paul Newman was born in a suburb of Cleveland, Ohio. 1985 the Apollo Theatre, renowned for launching some of the biggest names in music, including Michael Jackson, James Brown, Aretha Franklin, Stevie Wonder, and Ella Fitzgerald, opened its doors on 1985 Street in Harlem, which are still open today. 1935 for Israel and Egypt, led by US President Jimmy Carter, ended an ongoing state of war that dated back to 1948, restored full diplomatic relations, and reopened embassies. 1930 Phantom of the Opera opened to become the longest-run Broadway show. 1938 Václav Havel was elected president of the Czech Republic. 1930 years ago today, the True Valley ore was discovered in the Bath countryside. Sold for $4.3 million, it is the most valuable coin hoard ever discovered by English metal detectives. Consisting of 2,528 coins minted during and after the conquest of England by William of Normandy, with 1,236 coins bearing the seal of Harold Roman II and 1,310 coins of William I. British Museum. The True Valley hoard of 2,584 silver pennies dates from the turmoil of the Norman conquest of England and has been acquired by the Southwest Heritage Trust. The exact purpose of the hoard is unknown, but it has been speculated that some of the coins may represent an attempt at avoiding the taxes in place at the time by reusing designs from earlier coins. Under the terms of the 1936 Treasure Act, a museum may purchase the hoard at the price valued by the Treasure Valuation Committee, with the purchase price being given jointly to the finders and landowner as a reward. In this case, the landowner will get 50 and the 2 finders and their 5 companions bill the other 50. In October 2024, the hoard was valued at $4.3 million. The charity Southwest Heritage Trust announced it had acquired the coins for the nation thanks to major funding, including from the National Lottery Heritage Fund, and after a stint in the British Museum, now can be seen at the Museum of Somerset. 29 years ago today, the first ever Olympic gold medal was won in a winter sport. American speed skater Charles Wright won the 500m speed skating event in 44 seconds at the Chamonix Games in France, the site of the first Winter Games. For Dutroux, a poor kid growing up on Lake Placid, it was like a fairy tale as he had competed nationally, but given it up to pursue a higher education. I was so sick crossing the ocean that I kept praying the ship would sink. I wasn't even nervous the day of the race. Why would I be? I knew I couldn't win, he told Sports Illustrated. My teammates threw me in the air. The loudspeakers were booming out in French. Charlie Dutroux of the US wins the first race in the first Winter Games. The 27 competitors from 13 nations raced in pairs for the speed skating, with the shortest time taking the gold. Dutroux recounted in 1990 about competing against a Canadian skater Charles Gorman. Charles Gorman left and Charles Dutroux Wright speed skating at Chamonix IOC. I was always great on starts, but Gorman got the jump on me. He was going like a cyclone. I was in the outside lane, and I knew we had to change lanes somewhere down the line. I hadn't watched any heats before ours, so I couldn't figure out how it would happen. But somehow it did, and after we changed, I was ahead. I have no idea how it happens. We were screaming along, and then I got a second win. I didn't dare look behind to see where Gorman was. I beat him by a second and a half. He told me he was completely exhausted.
I had emptied him out.
At 44 seconds dead, he would not be overtaken by any of the Scandinavian favourites. I stood in the middle of the rink and they played the Star-Spangled Banner. The whole American team